the things that we've tried to do in this play is use the real worlds of real women at the time. So this song, Dear Mrs. Morton, started as a diary entry from a woman who received a letter about the death of her husband, and she remembers watching the postman coming down the street and knowing that he was coming for her. And so these are very sort of potent, very simple, ordinary lines, which I sort of grabbed and pulled out and then handed it over to Gareth.
Yeah, this came with an early in the early draft. It was right there, wasn't it? It was one of the first songs that was in. Yeah. It was the first one that allowed me to get into the piece. Actually, there was something about the lyrics and the sort of the way it read that it sort of got on its feet really quickly. Because I'm a contrarian, I obviously changed the order of a couple of lines. I just have to do that every now and again.
That's right, you're allowed.
So yeah, just about.
Yeah.
So it was not long after he went away, I found I was expecting was the line, which we then swapped. So yeah, you did let me do that, but then there was one in the second half of the song that I had an idea. I sort of phoned all in. I was like, can we have Dear Mrs. Morton, Dear Mrs. Campbell, Dear Mrs. Levick, Dear Mrs. Kerr? Can we explode it up into lots of women getting these letters? To which Oliver, you replied,
no. I said, well, the thing for me is that, for me, what it is that these are echoes. This is the same woman sung and split into many voices. And I think it's one of the things that I think that your music does really well, which is expand on a single voice to create a sort of a whole sound.
That's the most fun you can have in a song, isn't it? When you have that opportunity, when you have like 5 singers, and from one song we can explode into 5 parts. It's really fun. And that line, Dear Mrs. Morton, I'm sorry to tell you, etc. That's a belter of a line for some reason. I loved setting that, and that kind of felt like it needed to be sung more than once by more than one person.
I think we should hear it.
Yeah.
Come on, let's do it.